Are you trying to build the best team in Madden? Well, head on over to instantmuttcoins.com to avoid the packs, save some racks. Link is in the description below. Use code CC now for 20% off. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? We're here ranking, or talking about at least, the safeties. We're going to do free safety and strong safety in the game and how we classify them and who's really good. Some of this is going to be super obvious to you guys, but you guys care about it. This is what you want to know. So, hey, that is what we're here for. Let's roll into this today. We'll take a look at the safeties we have currently on the team, because those are the ones I've obviously used the most and currently use because I really like them. So, like I said, we're going to do free and strong, okay? Only primary position. So it's like Sean Taylor is obviously super good, right? We all know that he's super good. Calvin. Now, the one downside to Calvin is obviously his, being an out of position card, there's no power up, right? Which means that he's going to be a little bit slower than you would probably like. At 94 speed is still good. It's just not great. But if you have used Calvin, he animates super good. He even animates on next gen, which is kind of crazy. I'm not sure what it is about this card. Obviously, if he gets another card, it's going to be a must cop. But I have not noticed the 94 speed and not being 96 or 97 speed. You would like it to be there, and I'm sure sometime he'll be replaced, but Calvin is super good, either as a user or just in the CPU. He does really well. Now, DK Metcalf, this card is really quite good. It's a good card. Again, similar to Calvin, out of position, so no power, right? Sucks. Not the fastest card in the game, but everything else, this card is really, really balanced. His block shed is just really low. We see there at 53. So that's obviously his biggest drawback, and especially for a run support safety, you would like to see that higher. There's a lot of cornerbacks that have higher block shed. That is a downfall to it. If you are getting run on a lot with him on the field, I would put in someone else with a much better block shed to give you a better chance there. So that's why I think depth is really important. But versus passers, again, he animates similar to Calvin, not as good, but he does really well. But the block shed, again, there is low. The card everyone probably should have, whether it's fully powered up or not, is Eddie Jackson, the Snow Beast. You should have got it during the promo there. For what you get for his price was insanity. Get 94 speed or 95 speed. Really good. And he does get secondary position of strong safety as well, so you can play him wherever you want. You're going to get high zone, the good man, the good play rec. Tackling, all that is fine. His block shed, again, higher than DK's even, right? The hit power, yeah, you don't really notice that, but this card, he plays super good, right? I'm not sure if it's because of the 99 zone or what it is, but he does play super good. So all those guys, obviously, we love. Isaiah Simmons, we'll show him to you. I know he's really expensive right now. He's obviously kind of like the premier user within the game, and he doesn't really have any weaknesses. Despite being like the same overall as DK, it's weird. It's weird. But again, playing on his own, he still plays fine, right? This is a great card. Now, the next card that we actually still have on the team here, Jamal Adams, so good. And when he ever gets an upgrade, he's going to be top tier. Remember, this card came out a long time ago. He has since gotten a +1. And 93 speed feels a little slow at this time. But look at the balance on this card, right? Whew. It is so well balanced. He does everything well. I'm a little surprised his pass rush stats are kind of low, especially because historically he blitzes a lot. But Jamal Adams is still one of my favorite cards. I have him over Taylor Mays here. We also do have Taylor Mays. Use Taylor Mays. Taylor Mays was great. His time just sort of fell by the wayside a little bit. Still a really useful card, don't get me wrong, but that's where that falls. Atwater, again, is kind of like Sean Taylor light. If you're looking for Sean Taylor and you don't have Sean Taylor, Steve Atwater was a really good choice. He was a really good choice. I guess we could power him up. Pat Watkins, another one of these cards that I really, really liked. That's the fact I haven't even sold them, right? Not on the team anymore. But Pat was Calvin before Calvin, right? And remember, there's no chemistries on this card either. So we're talking really, really good card. Now again, past this prime, if you were still using this card, I wouldn't hate you for it, right? At all. Whatever his next card is, could be the card to overtake Calvin, especially if he gets the power up. Devin McCourty we used for quite a while as well. Solid. Micah Hyde was solid again. They're just sort of past their prime a bit, you know. Really good zone, not the fastest guys, and their price is a little expensive when trying to put the card together. Like Micah Hyde, he has a Redux. McCourty doesn't, I believe. Troy P was pretty good as well. I always click X on these. Troy P, I did really like. Again, he was always a little slow. I don't know if he has to get like a 97 or 98 to be really usable, because being a smaller safety kind of hurts. Not being the fastest, he was super fast in real life. But this card's still kind of usable a little bit. You're still talking 93 speed. And then when we get to Taylor Mays, obviously is a card everyone has loved forever. Again, 93 speed as well. So he's going to be the same speed as a lot of these guys. But because he's 6'3", something like that, he plays well. He does fine. Everything on this side looks really good too. So using any of these guys is okay. Now, what I want to look for generally in my safeties is speed. I play a lot of zone, so I look for zone coverage. But then I want to make sure that I do have people out there who can block shed for me. And I think as we go over time, as we maybe get Ronnie Lott updates and stuff like that, things will obviously change for the better for us. There is a lot of safeties that you can use. You know, like I said, if you can't afford DK Metcalf because he's, you know, not in packs anymore or anything, or Simmons, like that's okay. Just get someone a little worse. It is indeed fine. I promise you, it's fine. Right? It's fine. Simmons is great to have, but he's expensive. Again, like Atwater here was fine. Calvin, he's 280. Sean, 340. Cliff Harris was actually pretty good too. I used him on the No Money Spent team for a while, and this card could play, man. Again, he was a little bit faster than some of the cards that were out, especially when Ronnie Lott was out, and then he came out right after. This card could play. This card can play. Again, I know he's only going to be 93 speed with Sprinter, but we don't have unless you're paying top coin, you're not going to be able to get the speed. So getting a card like this is fine. And if you want to get Cliff Harris or Ronnie Lott for your team, in my opinion, what I would do is sort of hawk the block and wait to see when these limited versions of these cards go down in price, because occasionally they do go down to the 300k mark, and then you can pick them up as a rental. It's pretty smart. We won't go too deep into some of these. Cam, I actually used this card for a long time too. He's just overpriced. Good card, slow. Reacted so good in the past game. The high block shed. I really want another Cam card. If he got an upgrade, whenever he gets an upgrade, no, he might not be a safety at that point. He may be more of a slot corner, a blitzer, someone to keep it in the run. Would be super nice. Simmons, 570. His price actually come down a bit. DK's price is 646. So then like the next tier of safeties here you'd want to look at. Jeremy Chin, really good budget option. With 90k, there's no power up. Eric Rowe, again, he's actually really balanced. Does well. But again, if you're going to be spending the coins on a card like that, spend a little more on Chin, in my opinion there. Troy's not expensive. These old Campus Hero cards, not expensive. Ed Reed always played really well for me, and no money spent as well. Never powered him up. He still made plays. Again, 93 speed. You were getting him to 97 to 99 zone. Again, fine. But again, if you're in this price range, you should have gone after and had Eddie Jackson on your team. Let's just say it. Like, that's the truth. Malcolm Jenkins, not overly usable. Kareem Jackson's okay. Harrison Smith, they're gonna get reduxes, don't worry. Watkins right there, look at that. Cheap. Quandre Diggs, meh, not really the card you want. Glover Quinn, super balanced. Bayard, Buda Baker is okay. Minka's probably such a good value card here too. He's a good value card. Blockchain is still low, but Mink is a good value card. You know, he converted from corner. A lot of these safeties are good. You don't need Sean Taylor. You don't need Isaiah Simmons. Okay, you don't. There are other guys who are passable at the time and will do almost as good. Again, if you don't want to powerball Sean Taylor, maybe you go get Steve Atwater. And again, he's really, really close. He's really close to it. Eddie Jackson's out there. Calvin, 280 we saw on the price there. Some of these other guys, Cliff Harris, you know, full Cliff Harris is 111. You know, if you want to power him up, right? Not too expensive at all. So I think that's just the proper way to go about it. Getting the best cards right now. Just give it time. Just give it time. If you want your budget user, go get your Jeremy Chin and Mays or Jamal Adams, or prepare, especially for like Jamal Adams, right? If you wanted to prepare for an upcoming safety, the two I would look at are Adams and Matthew. Matthew's obviously really small, but that's okay. He'll still play fine. He'll be around the ball a lot. But like Jamal Adams here, so power up is 10K. It's 9K, so we'll call it 20K just to be 95K total to be ready for Jamal Adams when he gets an imminent upgrade. It's not bad at all, because that card's gonna be really good. I'm telling you, when Jamal Adams upgrade comes out, and it has to be real soon. It's not going to be out by the time you see this. That's a card you want to look at. Okay, so be prepared. Get these out here. If I missed anyone that you think personally you've used, like you have to have used them, it's really good. Put it in the comment section so other people can see it. Right? This is about information sharing. If you're like, man, I tell you what, Jeremy Chin was amazing for me, put it in the comment section. Right? Let everyone know someone you've used, someone you like, that has just balled out for you. Because some of these guys I may not have used. Some of them I may have missed. Maybe I didn't use them enough, right? All possible. So thank you guys for tuning in and helping each other out. We are all in this together. We'll get to more positions on defense later. Be great. Take care. I'm out. Peace.